Hi everyone, it's Jason here. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this one, but Ghostbusters 2016, is it really that bad? Now, considering this film is almost 10 years old, I almost don't want to do this, but there are inevitably those people who haven't seen this film yet. And for those people, I will be talking some spoilers, so if you don't want it spoiled for you, stop the video, go check it out, come on back, and we can talk about it. But now that we're past the spoiler warning, let's get into this, shall we? First of all, I want to start things off by saying Ghostbusters 2016 is not a perfect film. It does have its flaws. The characters can be a bit one-dimensional, and the story can be a bit formulaic and almost a retread of the original film, but considering it's a reboot/remake, that does kind of make sense. Now, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but I find that the majority of the backlash surrounding this film comes from the casting decisions, which feels very much like judging a book by its cover and not by its own merit. So I'm going to argue in favor of this film for its own merit. Personally, I like some of the casting decisions in this movie. You've got a lot of funny people at the top of their game. The interaction between the main cast is enjoyable and pretty hilarious, especially with the sort of one-upsmanship that keeps going on between the four main characters. One of the casting decisions I enjoyed particularly was Chris Hemsworth as Kevin. You got to think, this was 2016. People didn't really view Chris Hemsworth as a comedic presence. He was mostly known for more dramatic, action-y roles at the time. So for him to be playing off of these comedy heavyweights and really holding his own is quite admirable. He delivers some of the funniest and most outlandish lines in the film, but with absolute sincerity, and plays it straight the entire time. And I really appreciate it, and I really, really enjoy it. Something else that really stood out for me comedically was Zach Woods' opening monologue as he's giving that tour. Some of the things he says are so outlandish, and it just caught me off guard. Much like a lot of the other jokes in this film, it was really funny, and it was a really great moment. Now, I'm not saying every joke is funny. I'm not saying they work completely well. There are a few cringy ones, and it is very hit and miss, as with any comedy, but I laughed quite a bit throughout this film. One of the things I really enjoyed about this movie, too, comes from a technical standpoint. Now, the film was shot in widescreen, so if you're watching it at home, you'll see the black bars at the top and bottom of the screen. Typically, the film remains within that format, but what's interesting to me is that to accentuate some of the, I guess, the 3D effects in the theater, some of the ghost effects kind of bleed across the black bars. So, for example, when a ghost is spewing ectoplasm, that ectoplasmic discharge might extend past the black bars, or you might see some lightning bits shoot across the screen, or even some proton streams shoot across that black bar. I thought that was really interesting because not a lot of films do that, and this film made some very good use of it, to the point where at the end, when they enter the ghost world completely takes over the screen. I thought that was a really good technical bit, and it doesn't get as much credit as it really should. It's really interesting and not very common in movies, especially today. Now, again, it's not a perfect movie. Some of the jokes don't land. Sometimes the story does feel a bit formulaic, but it doesn't make it any less enjoyable than any other film. While it doesn't quite live up to the original Ghostbusters, I think it stands pretty well on its own. But that, of course, is my opinion. Let me know what you thought of Ghostbusters 2016 down in the comments, and I know you will. Did you enjoy it, or did you dislike it, and why? Let me know. I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. You want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get updates on all my future videos. You can also follow my social media pages. Links down in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.